Today we're going to look at LSU's offense and play from Alabama from this past weekend, their big game. But right here is a really interesting play and good look at kind of what they're thinking. Right here they motion, they're in empty, they motion their back into the backfield. And so they started out here, this guy was here. As soon as he motions in, he gets set right there. So that tells them that that's probably man-to-man. So what they end up doing is I believe they end up freezing it, checking it, and they realize, hey, okay, we're man-to-man, we like to play here. As far as running a sail with the tailback, and they end up running. He's going to the post. I believe he's manned up. They're going to take 2 for 1 right there. He's outside leverage, knowing that he's got safety help. He's manned up right there on this tight end. He goes to the flats, and he runs right here to the corner. Sail concept, scissors concept, whatever you call it, just some kind of smash right there, understanding that he's manned up on a tailback, and that's a mismatch right there, especially with how good that tailback is. But thought it was a really interesting play, really interesting concept, and they did a good job of executing it and getting what they wanted. Understand that they had man-to-man right there, and their tailback was able to beat that man to the corner of the end zone for a big touchdown. Here's a big play in the game. Alabama throws a 60-something yard touchdown on kind of I don't know what you call it, kind of a trick play. They changed their tempo, trying to catch people off guard. But right there, they fake their cadence, they give a clap, and now they're looking over the sideline. And right here, I don't know exactly if there's an indicator or something, but once his eyes go over there to the bench, Tua claps one more time, even before he gets his eyes back to the ball. And so they snap the ball right there, and he just is half a second late and doesn't see it, and he takes off. Tua does a good job understanding where he wants to go with the ball, takes his eyes over here to take that one safety, hopefully to take a step or two that way. So we got a one-on-one right there, and they get over the top of it. Really good ball, obviously real accurate, and you got those receivers on the outside and create a big play. But we'll look at it one more time right there. Goes through his cadence, freezes it, doesn't like it. He looks over there, gets a signal, claps one more time. Wide receiver toasts him, and he does a good job again keeping his eyes over there to the two receiver sides so that he can get that one-on-one that he's looking for over there. But I thought that was a really interesting play, and right there just calling for the ball without even looking at it is one of those things that you have to practice a lot, and it ended up being a big play for him. It's an interesting concept in a way that LSU was able to get to 4 verticals, and they also had a check down option on it. They bring him in motion. He's going to the flats. He's running up the seam right there. He's running vertical on the outside, and the tailback's getting to this seam over there on that side. I believe they're probably trying to hit that tailback. If he flies down with that motion or is being aggressive right there, I think they're hoping to possibly hit him on that seam. But we'll play it real quick, and you can see there's the fly motion. He's going to the vertical. He's outside releasing, going vertical. And here's the tailback trying to get down that seam. But we'll look at it real quick, and you can see the linebacker here, he sees him running vertical, so he drops right there. Quarterback does a good job just understanding that it's 1st and 10, just taking completion, get your guy out in space, and make him come up and tackle. You can get one of those big plays later in the game, but make sure you're getting completions, getting the ball out of your hand. Don't have a chance to take a sack. But right there, you got it in space to one of your guys with a lot of room, one-on-one tackling. Even when you play DB for Alabama, it's extremely tough. But right there, again, an explosive play. Trying to take a shot. But right there, they cover the verticals and the seams up, so he just checks it down, does a good job, and it's an accurate ball, so it allows him to run. So a big play right there on something really simple. Trying to take a shot, it's not there, take the check down. I have this play on here because it's a play that we've seen earlier this year against Florida out of the same set. But what they have, they get a little bit of a rub right there on a vertical switch against this man-to-man. These guys are running some levels over here in this area. Something along those lines, but they hit the exact same guy. They get a little bit of rub. He goes underneath the running back on that rub, so there's enough space right there, and Joe Burrow lays it out there for a completion before that safety can get there, and big play to start the game. Here's a real interesting look from LSU. They're in their empty set, but they're in a tight bunch over here to this side, and they also got the running back out over there squeezed down with their tight end as well. What they're running over here, they're just running just kind of their typical smashes if they're in the backfield right there. But the interesting part right here is kind of the timing of the route over here in the bunch. It's obvious right here that they're in man-to-man. So right here, he's manned up. He's probably going to take first one of these guys that goes out. If whoever comes out, he's going to take them, whether it's out there or whatever. They're going to try to switch that off with those safeties in that corner. So right here, we'll play it real quick, and you can see exactly what happens. And right there's a lot of space. Okay, so what they end up doing, all right, Joe Burrow, once the ball snapped, his eyes come over here to this side. This guy obviously is manned up right there, and what they want to try to do is want to try to smash that bunch, try to hold everything up so nobody gets a free release. He outside releases, and he gets a bit of a rub right there going to the fade or possibly the corner. This guy comes in, so of course he's taking first in. He's running a drag, so he chases right there. He paces it, he skips a little bit and gets a little bit of width, and then he bursts back into that window that's vacated once he chases right there. So a little bit of a rub, really interesting look right there. And you can see kind of Joe Burrow, he starts with his eyes over there. Smash, if he likes it, he's going to take it. If not, he knows he's got a couple of drags coming back this direction against man-to-man and getting a rub right there from that vertical on the guy that's probably going to be manned up on the receiver coming back in. So a big completion right there on a big drive for LSU. Here's a play that's not real complex, but really effective. You can see right here it's man-to-man. And what LSU's running is they're running a smash. They're getting their back out. They're running a corner right there. He's running a little bit of a pick before he comes in on that drive route, and he's running underneath. But he's pacing it a little bit, letting there be a little bit of rub before he gets underneath. And you can see, of course, Joe Burrow, eyes over there to the smash. All right, doesn't like the smash. Pretty obvious that he wasn't going to like it to begin with because there's a safety, and then you got man-to-man. So he understands that he's going to get off of it pretty quick. And right there's his first read on that drag. A little bit of a rub route, but again, accurate ball. Sticks it right there on the 6, right there in his chest, so that he can make yards for him. And that's one thing that's really impressive about Joe Burrow is just how accurate he is on all those short throws, and gives his guys a chance to make a play for him after they catch it, which they do right there. Here at LSU's running a swing with the possible option to throw it out there, and the quarterback draw up front. And we'll play it real quick so you can see it, and then we can talk about it. He doesn't really like space out there, so he tucks it and he goes. What they're doing, blocking up front, they're blocking basically zone base. Everybody's pass setting, and they're washing. But right here, you can see whenever you play it, this center does a really good job of sitting there and being patient, understanding that he doesn't want to go just chase that guy. He's sitting there being patient. And once he starts coming back in, he starts going right there. So I thought that was kind of a really interesting part of what they do with their front. He's sitting there, he's working, and then as soon as that guy starts coming back in, now he goes to lead to the quarterback. So whenever that linebacker comes in, he knows that quarterback has pulled it, and he's coming going vertical right behind him. So interesting look. If they've got the space right there, they'll throw it out there. If not, he just keeps it right there, and that linebacker gets a little bit soft, so he ends up keeping it, getting a pretty good game. And they even have a different pop off of it here that we'll look at here in just a second. Here's the same screen draw action that they're running right here. So that running back starting in motion, they're swinging him out there, and these guys are blocking. They're running zone base right here. They're pass setting, watching everything by, doubling up to that backer. But the interesting part about this comes after he decides to pull it. So right there, he doesn't like it. He's coming down right there, and you can see the single receiver's running a bang 8 right here. So he's running a bang 8. I don't know if it's all window dressing. They know they're going to pull it, or if that's an option. I'm not sure at all. But what I do know is he ends up looking at it, and then he brings it down, knows that he's going vertical. If this guy stays back, he's going to keep it because he's still 5-on-5. But he steps into the box, and he wins on that bang 8, so they throw it in there behind him right here for a big play in the drive that they went down and scored to kind of put this game away. But really interesting, a lot of stuff going on. And right there, you can see how it kind of progressed after they had run that draw earlier in the game. Now he looks like he's running a draw. He puts that thing to the bang 8 as he's coming up to the line of scrimmage. Really big play and a critical drive for LSU. Really interesting concept right there, and really good job being creative, finding ways to get you guys the ball. Here's a play right here that really highlights what LSU is trying to do, and that's really just trying to get their guys the ball in space right here. Alabama ends up bringing some pressure, rolling down to one high look, playing man-to-man. They have a drag right here. These guys are kind of stair-stepping, working across the field on drags. But right here, the main thing is they're getting their back out. He's getting square on a linebacker with a two-way cut. He can go in, he can go out, and he ends up going out right there. Again, nice accurate ball by Joe Burrow. And you've got your running back in space right there, man-to-man with a linebacker with about a third of the field. to try to make a tackle. And right there, just get the ball out in space, accurate ball to your playmaker, make them tackle. That's what they do a lot of, and they do a great job of making people miss and getting first downs and keeping the sticks moving, which has been a key part of their offense this year. But again, just real simple concept. A lot of man beaters all over the place, and they end up catching them in man-to-man and create a big play on first down.